Happy Thursday. It's announcement time.
I had a new name for it.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Thursdays with Chris.
Well, it's not as good as Ask Frank.
Yeah, I'd say it is not as good as Ask Frank. And like always, if you have any questions,
Ask Frank.
ask Frank.
I think the thing that I came up with was whenever you need to know, all you need to know is Ask Frank.
Yes. Yes.
So we hope everybody's having a great Thursday.
Yes, it is.
We're enjoying time together as our friends over in the other side of the room are getting us set up to go for announcements today.
So, speaking of Frank,
Yes.
his wife oversees one of the best ministries of our church, and it is a quilting ministry.
Absolutely.
And they just totally expanded the quilt house. And yes, we have a quilting house.
We do.
Has a long arm machine. They make quilts like crazy. But this Sunday, immediately following the morning service, they have invited everyone to come up and check out their new space. They're having just an open house. I believe there are cookies or sweets
I've heard that.
of some sort. But make sure to go up. I got the hiccups. Sorry. Go up. Go up and check out their new space. Maybe you thought, I wonder what this is really like. Is this something I could get involved with? Whether you've quilted a lot, quilted none, you're interested in it, this is maybe an area for you. But everybody needs to go and check out that space.
Right. Maybe you don't even know what a quilt is.
I hope they know.
I hope they know what a quilt is.
But if you don't, you'll get a lesson in that.
Yeah.
But you can ask Frank. He'll tell you what a quilt is.
If you're watching, we want to know where you're watching from, and we want to know that you are watching. So, give us a little like if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification button. Subscribe. Do all that stuff because we want you to know when we're coming live because it kind of varies on Thursdays, just a few minutes here or there. So you want to know when we're on. Hit that bell and make sure that you get the notification that announcements are on. So, who's watching today?
I don't know. They're quiet today.
They're quiet today. At any rate, coming up on the 13th, that would be next Wednesday.
That is correct.
There is a blood drive going on here at the church. Mm-hmm. It's redcrossblood.org or
call Frank.
See?
And truth be told, Frank is kind of the, hey, look, Stacy,
my lovely bride.
But Frank honestly is kind of, him and Jimmy are the driving forces behind the blood drive. I've been a part of a few, but it is a great, hey Hope, it's a great thing because you never know who will need blood.
Right.
You may save someone that you know, but if not, you'll save someone. So if you're like, I can do this, you can get on the redcrossblood.org, or they have an app. They do have an app for that.
Not to spiritualize anything or not, but, it's not a coincidence. There's not a happenstance that Jesus shed blood so that we can have life.
Correct.
Because life is in the
blood.
Without blood, you can't live.
Nope.
So, I want to say hi to Victoria watching our
hurricane.
We're spreading out.
That's where I'm at right there. That's my stomping ground.
All we need to do is be like Pitbull and be worldwide.
That's the truth. I do love my hurricane people. So,
he didn't like
comes
that.
Flying out of nowhere.
That was almost like that cane that pulls people off the stage.
True.
Or the Gong Show. You remember the Gong Show?
I do remember that. Believe it or not, I do remember that.
And so there we go. Nitro's in the house with Cindy and Melissa saying hello. So thanks everybody for looking up with us. I'm gonna throw that back.
Cindy, I know it's been a
missed you.
Tough week for you. We're praying for you. Not to get into detail, but I know it's been a pretty trying week for their family. So Lord be with them.
We get Kelly there. Kelly watching. So Kelly,
yeah, Melissa. Hey, look, man, we got some people. Tuning in.
This might be a thing.
Well, here's the thing. All these people, even though they're spread out, they are part of the family.
Yes, absolutely.
And that leads to our next one. We have our Imperfect Home Family Series coming up. Mm-hmm. Starts September the 17th. It'll be on Sunday mornings. And it's in all classes. Pastor will be teaching. The same theme will be taught in the youth, as well as kids and pre-K. So Bethany's been working. I can speak because I've seen it, working very hard to take Pastor's vision and get it to a level for students. The goal is when you get home on a Sunday and to sit around the table is that all of us are in the same vein, and we can all talk about what we learned because it will all be built on one another. So we're going to build the blueprints is week 1, and by the end of it, we'll build the home. Yeah. And it's going to be a great time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So look for that coming up on the 17th, which is this next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
The imperfect, living in an imperfect home. Starts off. We then started this past Wednesday, which was yesterday. Pastor started a series on gifts of the Spirit.
So it is a great time. You know, school's back in session. Everybody's schedules are starting to kind of become routine. You know, in the summer, there's not a whole lot of routine because you can go on vacations, you can do this because kids are out of school. But right now in the fall, it's a great time to really re-engage and to reconnect. So those are both things now that the Experiencing God series is over. Everybody's back in the sanctuary, at least for the next several weeks to do these. So come on out. So here's a funny thing, and it took me a little bit because our next one is the farmer's table because we have this Sunday and next Sunday. So last night, somebody walks up and hands me a bag of tomatoes.
No way.
Like,
they like you better than they like me.
I'll be honest with you.
We mentioned it last week.
Okay, but here's what's crazy. I'm like,
what? Why?
Why did somebody bring me tomatoes?
Because.
So I'm sorry. At first, I'm like, you handed me that bag of potatoes and you walked away, and I'm thinking, why did you just give me tomatoes? Why did you give me tomatoes?
Because you don't know how to grow a garden.
I said potatoes, didn't I? Look, they're over here laughing. Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
But thank you.
Or tomatoes.
But if you like tomatoes,
gourd,
and you have a bunch of them and want to share them, or any other veggie or fruit for that matter, there is a table in the lobby. It's been there for several weeks, and you can lay it there. It will bless others as they walk. If they are like us, that we don't do that. We're not green thumbers that know how to do that. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Well, I probably could. I just don't have anywhere. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Yeah, see, you probably could because like he's the grill master, hibachi man, you know, all this stuff. He uses all that. Me, pepperoni rolls and buffalo chicken dip.
Well, we're going to have you over for dinner.
Thank God Bethany cooks, because if it were up to me, pepperoni rolls, it doesn't get much more West Virginia than that. A hot dog. That's
or a 12-year-old.
Right.
I mean, come on.
So,
you got a 12-year-old palate.
So farmers, right? No, actually, I like them to eat a lot of stuff. I just don't know how to cook it.
Oh, okay.
But that's till the 17th. So be a part of that.
Big ups to Bethany watching from the office next door.
That is correct.
Props to you for being able to cook and keep him alive.
That is true. She feeds me well. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one's new. It's just we're just starting to push it. Is our Arise Women? If y'all don't remember, we did the Arise Women's Conference in the spring. Mm-hmm. We've had so much going on. We've not really been able to do a follow up. So this is that. We're doing an Arise Women's Fall Retreat at Cedar Lakes.
Yes.
Now you explain the pricing because I was
okay. What we're going to do today is we're going to give you what is recommended. We're going to let you know that this is based on a 2-person occupancy. So you and another person. It's $85, and registration begins this Sunday.
That is correct.
You can register via the Church Center app, or you can go to the information booth and talk to Lane Kirby. Pastor Lane has all the other information that is pertinent to being able to be a part of the Arise Women's Fall Retreat. There is, with that $85 registration, there is a small fee for credit card processing, that kind of thing. So all that information you're going to be able to find on the Church Center app, and you can also get it at the information booth this coming Sunday in the lobby.
Okay. See, you did very well. So if you're thinking, okay, well, that's 2-person occupancy. if you don't have someone to go with, that doesn't mean you don't have. I'm sure there'll be singles where it's be like you may team up with someone that maybe you don't know, or you'll be put with someone, but to keep costs down, that is what even Cedar Lakes recommends.
Yeah, it's recommended that there be two people per room. There's other configurations that can be, but it's recommended that the 2-person room be the thing that happens. So again, all that information will be on the Church Center app and available in the lobby there at the information booth. Just see Pastor Lane and her volunteers there, and they will be able to not only give you the information, but if you have trouble registering on the Church Center app on your own, they can do that as well. Don't forget also that the new Messenger comes out tomorrow. Pastor Lane is working on that, and she puts that out very, very faithfully. Yep. And so the hard work that she does putting that together needs to be rewarded by you subscribing to the Messenger.
Yes.
And if you want to subscribe, you can do that via the Church Center app. And there's also a code that Corey's going to be putting up later on as we progress through the announcements today. Also, we have Saturday mornings men's prayer. That's at 8 o'clock, I believe.
Yep, in the downstairs of our office building.
Right. And then we also have, what else is going on there? Men's...
the young adults.
Young adults.
Yeah, young adults. That's with Corey and Kayla.
Yep.
That's 18 to 25.
And you can, Corey's going to throw up the little slide there. You can scan that QR code for more information on that. And we also have Celebrate Recovery on Friday evenings. And you can get more information about all of those things, as well as the Arise Women's Fall Retreat, all the things that are happening here at Maranatha. As Corey put the slide up earlier, the Church Center app is available to you. And if you don't know how to download that, by scanning that QR code, you can get help with that in the lobby of the church when you visit us in person. If you don't visit us in person, you can still download that, and it's very self-explanatory, pretty easy to download. Easy. And when you download that, when you join us online, make sure that you check that box when you are joining us on Sunday mornings or Wednesday evenings. If you're in person, check in person. If you're online, check online. Again, I confess, I've not been real good at it lately, but used to be. I just pop open the app and hit.
I'm here.
And you can register your family, so you don't have to have each person in your family go in. You can actually go in and check everybody off.
Yeah, if you're all in there, that's what I do. Is when I check my kids into kids' church, because I have to.
Right.
I can go ahead right there. It's all the same system. I'm in the sanctuary, Kenzie's in youth, Charlie's in kids, Landon's in kids, and Bethany obviously is the lead of the kids ministry. So check us all in at one time, and it's available.
Yeah, and in one of the booths in the foyer, the lobby, you can actually, when you're in person, you can go and you can actually check in. So you didn't have to have your phone on you. You can log into Church Center and check yourself in there as well. So it's not that we're wanting to make fun of people that don't show up to church. It's just we want to know if you're joining us online or in person, and if we miss you for several weeks or so, we want to be able to connect with you and make sure that you know that we miss you and value you, whether you're joining us online or in person. So that's pretty much all the.
I was going to say this was a short one today.
A short one today. No jokes. No.
No. I'm kind of tired, to be honest with you.
That pastor came in just before we started.
I know. I was trying to get him to do it, and
he's like, "Nope, I got a meeting.
I got meetings."
Which, he's recuperating from lunch is pretty much what that means.
I don't know. Or toe surgery. I don't know.
Yeah, toe surgery. No, I'm telling you what. Kelly says, "Let's hear a joke." I have one.
She said, "Hey," a minute ago, but
I caught that. Kelly, you were watching from the pickup line at school.
Oh,
so tell Nash, Uncle Joe and Uncle Corey say hello.
Yeah. So I don't even know what I was talking about. What was I talking about?
I don't know. Kelly threw us off.
Kelly, you threw us off. So, oh well. At any rate, We just have fun doing these things.
Yeah.
We're glad that you tuned in on Thursdays, and let everybody else know that.
Yeah. In all honesty, share the video.
Yeah. Sure.
Because if you
it's
haven't
up.
noticed, we've taken a lot of the announcements out of the sanctuary.
Yes.
So share this video so that way that your church people will know, your church family will know, oh, this is going on.
Yeah.
Or if they say, well, I didn't even know that happened. Well, watch the announcements.
Watch the announcements. It's very simple. Debbie's watching from hometown. Hometown. Sandy's in Charleston.
Yeah.
We got a lot of folks
We
popping
are.
in here, so we do appreciate it.
Yes.
We know that it takes time away from, or your concentration maybe away from work or whatever you're doing, and we're glad that you tune in.
Peggy's watching from CVS.
And she's not happy about it. Well, thank you, Peggy. So join us in person Sunday morning, 10 a.m. or online as well. Whether you're in person or online, we pray that the same spirit that we experience in person together translates online as well. And we just love having you be with us. It's all about being family and about connecting with each other.
Absolutely.
Here at Maranatha. So if you don't know where we're located, it's 2910 Canal Terrace in St. Albans. And we'd love to see you here on Sunday morning.
Thanks for joining us. We love you.